Alright guys, diecastmania here with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at my custom 1/50th scale Hitachi EX270-1 demolition machine. This one's set up with a Labounty straight shear. Now before we get started, this model really is not to my current standards at all. It was originally built back in 2013 as my first real custom project or scratch build. It was originally intended to be an EX270 with a standard digging bucket, which never happened. This was the original stick, which was a big mistake. It was really not suited for anything, really. I don't know why I tried at it for so long, but here it is now. The shear, I believe I built maybe in either 2012 or 2013. And, you know, kind of just fitted it on this recently, just to kind of finish it off, since I thought this needed an attachment on the end. And the raised cab and cab guard kind of made it set up to be a demolition machine, so kind of figured it would be just nice enough. I probably still need to do a little bit of touch-up paint on this, but for the most part, it's just about done. Most of this was built back in 2013 off of the boom and tracks of or undercarriage of a plastic toy excavator, because at that time I really couldn't justify buying a nice 1/50th scale die-cast model excavator just to tear apart and probably ruin, to be brutally honest. So yeah, kind of took the safe route out and used some parts off of plastic toy excavators that were just about the right size. And yeah, the bodywork was a lot different from this back then. This was the original engine cover. This is the one now. You can kind of tell the difference in the quality of work. Now this was actually, the engine cover was done, I believe, 2 years ago, or 1 or 2 years ago, and around the same time I went over and rounded everything off and filled all the unsightly gaps with putty. And maybe last year I built the cab guard and the cab as well as the cab riser. And recently I just put it all together, took the stick off, put this old shear I built maybe in 2011 or 2012, like I said. Put the hydraulic lines on it just to make it look a little nicer, you know, kind of finished a few things up, and put the decals on. So this model really spans a long expanse of time, 3 years to be exact, working on and off, or maybe 4 if you count this the shear, but working on this on and off every once in a while. You know, it obviously my standards basically outgrew this model, so to speak. So, you know, since it was my first custom project ever, I decided to do it some justice and kind of finish it off so it looked good enough. So anyway, if you're wondering why it has Zaxxas decals on it, they were basically the only ones I had printed out, and I wasn't going to go print out other ones, so kind of, since the whole thing's kind of patched together and, you know, not really the greatest, I figured I might as well try and go for a old machine that's been working a very hard life and basically been repainted recently, maybe at an auction for a 5-gallon overhaul, or, you know, just by a company to just make it look a little nicer and kind of fit in with the newer equipment. Even though, to be honest, it was a machine that's probably way past its prime and just about shot. So anyway, going on, as you can see, gouges, scratches in the counterweight, which have been just painted right over. You know, really low quality paint work, to be honest, because of the materials used in it. The paint never really came out well, and I think maybe the paint was running out when I painted this a couple of years ago. And to top it all off, a toolbox or battery box area that looked like the original was torn off completely and one was poorly rebuilt and put on there. Has the cylinder guard, the top cylinder guard, the simple cut and weld cab guard with the mesh on the side and the back, and the bars up in the front to protect the operator. As the interior that I built for it, and the cab riser. The cab riser doesn't really match the body, but that's fine. I put a catwalk on the side a couple of years ago, and just put the hydraulic lines on it to make it look a little nicer. And so basically the shear goes out that far, really dismal range of movement. Goes in this far, opens this far, closes like that. It's a Labounty straight shear. Really goes about that far. Not the greatest range of movement. Obviously the tracks roll, it rotates. So maybe the last thing I want to do maybe is get another undercarriage for it, or just replace the tracks. So anyway, this model has been through a lot. Kinda just finished it off right now, just to make it look good enough, But anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.